today, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. The NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Saints take over first.
Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hit the number 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. We've got an interesting ball game here today, Charles, in Week 17, and really the ramifications of whatever goes on here in this game may not come into play until the offseason. Wouldn't you agree?
Certainly right about that, because over the course of the season, we've seen this quarterback attempt to come back from a serious injury and return to what he was before he was sidelined for nearly an entire season. But what the eye test tells me is he's just not the same guy. It's entirely possible he could end up being the fall guy for an unsuccessful season.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and then get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
On the tackle.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll roll him out right. The throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Third down.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
So a nice throw there. And, Charles, you think about the pressure in a ball game like this. Is there any additional pressure here on the quarterback in this ball game?
Absolutely, because it's not a secret that his job is very much in jeopardy. But, yeah, give him credit for that throw. That was good looking. Calm, composed starting this game. If he can keep that up all afternoon, it could leave a lasting impression on management and, of course, his coaching staff.
Brings up third.
We're scoreless after one.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They're looking at a third and a yard to start things out. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Thomas, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. They'll find Lindsey here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Midfield and inside the 45.
Intercepted by the Seahawks.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one.
But it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of a yard on the
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
He'll find Metcalf. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's Carson. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Saints, nothing.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
And still time for it as we sit in the second quarter. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Well, we got possession on him, and he pulls it in. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First and 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Here's Lindsay. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
17-yard line.
2nd and 1. This will be called at the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A 12-yard pickup.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Reynolds in the final seconds of the first half, and the Saints have taken the lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
1st and 10. At
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 7. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the Seahawks first down.
On first down, it's Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start. I'm going to try and get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And boy, is he close. Did he get? They're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they had to move the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they nearly get this all the field. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Looking to throw. He gets it to Thomas. They do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run for it with Carson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 42-yard line.
Now Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Seattle.
On 1st down, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
They run again with Carson. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
14.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Thomas has got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Well, here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman. Beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Saints add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. The But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the two? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
34-yard line.
So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 12. A little over a minute to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson.
Wilson.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Michael Hyde, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Goddard is tied in over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, it may not have been the storybook ending that he was hoping to have, but at least this comeback season will conclude with a victory.
And let's face it, a winning locker room, that's the place you want to be in the final week of the regular season, even if you fall short of the postseason, because now you build a little momentum heading into your offseason and looking forward to next year.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. I'll be heading to the hotel. Charles, he's off to Bourbon Street.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we say so long from New Orleans.